All right. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everyone. I'm just gonna need to get out in front of this and say it. I'm a right bit cross with this person sitting next to me. He has done things that are unacceptable, to say the least.
So, guys, if any of you have watched Critical Role, you know how right before the break resume, like the break ends and then they resume back to play, or right when Matt welcomes everyone, and you can hear everyone giggling in the background because because they're yelling all kinds of ridiculous swears or just things to just meme on it. I've been doing that to Jacob for the last 7 minutes.
So,
We sat down and we're talking and having a semi-serious kind of conversation here, and I just can't stop, man. I'm in a good mood. My face is a little flushed from frisbee. I'm feeling so good, I'd never even feel the need to shave.
Yeah. See, okay, so I just finished rewatching A Silent Voice and AMVs for that. I was thinking about Red Swan and the like a fallen angel moment and everything, and kid Aaron and adult Aaron and all of that in the how complicated that can be, and oh my god, he's leaving a revolution and bombing places and whatnot. And then I come in and I'm all like, yeah, and I'm singing what, calling out your name and everything. And then all of a sudden, this little shit right here starts doing mockery singing of it, and then going into a bunch of parody things about Attack on Titan and everything.
I mean,
and, oh my
guys,
god.
when it comes down to it, the reason we're all on this path together is because the memes between seasons 1 and 2 were enough to sustain us. Can I get an amen? Can I hear it from all y'all in the back? Can you please give me just a bit of validation here? The memes were enough. Because season 1 to 2, that gap turned, I think, anyone that was a diehard Attack on Titan fan into a diehard Attack on Titan memer. That's just truth right there. That's truth. And it doesn't die out because we now have this good fucking food for the last 4 years. It's been delightful food. Delightful food. But
our boy that wanted to see the ocean, Caleb, is now leading a crazy revolution.
I know.
And threatening to,
He
declared war on the world, and then
he could be the villain.
Yeah.
Cursed opinion, Caleb. But you're also 100% right. Amen. R.I.P. the ship machine.
That's true. It did serve its country well. Yeah.
Zackley is flocked.
Indeed. And I do approve of his name being used in such a way.
Which one, Flock or Zackley?
Flock. Flock. Nobody likes Zackley. No, nobody. Not really. They like the shit machine, maybe, but not Zackley.
Yeah, Zackley has good meme potential there. He had good, facial hair.
Yes, he did.
He kind of reminded me of the Santa Titan.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that he was balding. The Santa Titan, not... yeah.
But we got a crazy episode today, everyone.
Episode 12.
Or yesterday, but all sense of time has just been what is time anymore, right? I almost feel like I have a paths connection. I just want to remind you all that yes, we love you and we love Attack on Titan and Mitya, you chattest of mad lads, thank you for getting the episodes up the same day that we record them. But it messes with my head, y'all. My internal clocks are just are gone. It's yeah. And then I have to put up with this guy.
Because I'm wired today, y'all.
He is wired.
I'm on fire. I'm up. I'm up in cloud nine. I'm like watching the paths like go by me, and I'm like, oh, I just want to touch it.
I'm trying to dig deep into the dark emotions of this story here, and he's talking about Mother Teresa on the hood of a Mercedes-Benz.
Oh, right. The for those of you that don't know, A Slap on Titan, specifically one of the best Attack on Titan parodies.
Oh my god.
Hands down.
You normie, poser, phony. Oh my god.
Wait.
You just mixed up abridges. You just mistook the Team 4-star Attack on Titan abridge for A Slap on Titan. Both are excellent.
No, Jaeger Bombastic. That's A Slap on Titan.
No, it is not. No, it is not. That Mercedes-Benz, none of it is A Slap on Titan. That is all
not?
Team 4-star.
But
They're both excellent, and both Shadises are incredible.
The Team 4-star one because it got taken down off YouTube. It's not my fault, man.
We all know who the real
not my
Attack on
fault.
Titan fan is here.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's not up on YouTube anymore.
I think there are
pretty sure
re-uploads
it's
of it
not.
somewhere.
Yeah, not on Team 4-star's page, that's for sure.
No.
Yeah.
Yep.
Join us, Jaegerist Sasageo. Well, see, this is the weird part here, guys. Like, we'll get into it in the episode discussion, but the really freaky thing is that, like, I need to watch, like a little bit more. Like, I need to see a little bit more kind of come about, because I don't know what Aaron's goal is here. Like, as of right now, parody doesn't have a solid path, if you will.
No, they don't.
There are no good paths.
Their path
right
is
now.
Tatakai.
No, it is not. No, it is not. It is. Please, Aaron. You and Zeke. Test the rumbling, and it's okay. Like, whatever you, as long as you do that,
No.
it'll be enough, right?
Yeah. Their path is Tatakai. The question is just who's going to be doing the Tatakaiing, right? Within parody, right? Because
can't-
a lot of like.
I just can't believe
Yeah.
that we're in the situation where they're asking Aaron, please do the rumbling, kinda, like a little bit, but also we're gonna keep you in jail until it's time for you to do the thing.
So, but then of course they're obviously just thinking, so we're totally just gonna have someone else eat Aaron and become the founding Titan, right? Because we don't we don't want it to be someone with royal blood anyway, so it doesn't matter who does it. We can grab some random schmuck, you know.
But like. The fact that Hanji and Aaron had that discussion where he's like, "What are you going to do, Hanji? What can you even do? Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing." And then we had this shit go down because they did nothing. So I say, just personally, it is all on them not communicating. This is their fault.
So the real question is, speaking of communication, do you think that Armin and Mikasa, if they get the chance to talk to Aaron...
I don't know, man.
If when they get the chance to talk to Aaron, do you think it'll actually be worth anything?
So here's the way they'd have to do it, right? Here's the way they'd have to do it. Mikasa bear hugs him and says, "I swear to fucking God, if you transform and kill me, I will hunt your fucking nightmares." And he's just like, "Mikasa, I love you. Like, I'm not gonna hurt you in any way."
The thing is that would probably be reversed.
Right. Yeah, I know. But then Armin just stares at him and does that, like, creepy, like, Bertolt, like, thing where he's, like, eye to eye. And he's just like, "Dude, we're your friends. What are you doing? Talk to us. If you're going to just walk out and be like, yes, you can't stop me.
Look at my 8-pack.
Bring us into this. Like, at least give us a heads up."
Meanwhile, Zeke's with Levi.
Yeah, that is not going to last long.
Oh yeah?
That is not going to last long.
So
Levi is the only named character there that I can basically trust.
So what are the odds, would you say, that we'll end up with a Aaron, like, against Levi trying to get to Zeke situation?
Well, if Levi is a 5-head and does what we said and immediately chops off all the limbs, like once he even hints at the slightest bit of danger,
right?
Then it's a thing of where it's like, okay, cool. know, nice.
Yep.
All your energy focused on regenerating. And we've seen that is a pretty tried and true way for a human to keep a shifter from, you know.
Yeah.
Then if that's the case, I would have him basically just have the men that he's got with him be like, all right, take him into the forest and disappear. Just disappear. Gag him, whatever. And then Aaron is like, you didn't have to do that. And then Levi's like, nah, I really think I do. And then Aaron will be like, your funeral. And then they'll throw down. And it will be awful, and it will be horrible. And I think Levi will at the very least get injured, but I think he will... I think we'll scare the shit out of Aaron for a little bit. But I don't think either of them will die.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I think if anything, it'll be a thing of where Levi will just be like, well, I can't do anything once he hardens like that. So help.
Just run away with Zeke's head.
Honestly, you know what I would love? And we're going to get into this in the discussion here. We can get into this like right about now. But the fact that they keep bringing Annie back up, they keep kind of baiting us with the Marley's gonna act.
Peek's here. Like
Peek and the rest of the Warriors could end up being that third party that makes both sides' plans just awkward.
Yeah, I mean,
like Reiner alone.
Who's the third party for who? That's the problem.
Well, no. That's
right?
the thing. It's not for who. It's just.
No,
it's
I know.
a third party.
Right, but yeah.
Could be anyone.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Oh, boy.
We finally see Pixis Megamind with his Megamind idea. I really do feel like we got kind of robbed of a bit of a conversation.
Of what exactly Yelena told Pixis that made him be like, we need to surrender. Yeah.
Yeah.
We do kind of need to see that. Because, seeing Yelena be all psycho and be like, two brothers are reshaping the world or whatever.
Dude, and I held back so hard in the reaction.
He really did.
The way Yelena described what she wants, she used verbiage that is very telling. Because I feel like of all the people that know about whatever Zeke's and Aaron's plan is here, it's initially just get them into physical proximity with each other, right? That's the main point there. But the reason why this is happening at all is because Zeke and Aaron had to have met before this, which means in that 10 months, 6 months, or however much time it was when Aaron got to Marley, and then they obviously had some kind of a connection point there because of the letters and the baseball mitt. What did Zeke then pass on to his people, if anything?
His ass-wiping technique.
No. The ass-wiping technique will die with him. Oh. There is no way anyone is worthy of learning his ass-wiping technique.
Gotcha.
All right. So, guys.
Yeah. Should we actually just start going through the episode?
We should. But we got a couple subs that we're going to shout out.
Oh,
here.
yes, this is true.
NTFTH with the 25 months. Of course, Caleb, dedicate your heart to the memes and you'll be able to keep moving forward no matter what. Kappa.
Shinzo Sasageo.
Thank you. Lyrion 2 with the 11 months. Sneak peek. Ha-ha!
Yes.
I've never heard that one before. Uh-oh, sneaky. I'm sorry. That one was bad. When Caleb said Onyankopon is such a satisfying name to say, I felt that. It's true, though. Onyankopon. 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 It's the yank-a-pon. I don't know. All right, guys, let's get this going.
Well,
we've got Armin kind of freaking out a little bit because Hitch is back, and she might
take him away from Annie.
Keep Annie away from him, and yeah.
And new Hitch, design for Hitch, by the way.
Hitch is adorable.
Yep.
Hitch is so fecking cute. She is just
yeah.
Hey, it's been 4 years, Hey.
How about a nice slice of vengeance? Wait, no. Yeah.
Now, what I find a little bit interesting is that I think they're saying that there was always someone watching Armin anytime he came here to visit her beforehand.
Right. And most of the time it was just, Hitch, I guess, because she was close to Annie, so she wanted to be the one watching her.
It makes sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a nice kind of reintroduction to that there are people in the military police that we, know of.
Yep.
And here's one of them.
Right.
And we are at military HQ adjacent or somewhere nearby.
Adjacent, yeah.
Yeah. The part that's a little bit curious, though, just thinking out loud here, these bricks seem identical to the bricks where Aaron was being held. Did they literally have Aaron, 40 feet potentially from another Titan?
Caleb, bricks are often made in the same general way.
No,
you've got the 6 sides, and you probably want them to be fairly uniform if you want to be able to build.
These are not uniform bricks.
No, fairly uniform if you want to be able to build with them in the best way possible. Well, okay, I will just say there is a possibility that this is maybe a nearby
Somewhere
place.
else, yeah.
But
it's not the same place.
But probably a different place.
Yeah. It just seemed interesting that Hitch would be here, and then in the very next scene where they show Armin with Mikasa, Hitch is also at the government place.
Oh, she is?
She's there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Huh.
It's just this thing of wait, really? Huh?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. But
yeah, I believe they did establish. Yeah, Annie's being held in the interior. Right. Yep. Yeah, they said that at the end of season 1.
But we don't know where the military HQ building is.
Oh, that's true.
It could
right.
totally be in the interior
yeah,
too.
right. No.
In fact, it would definitely be in the interior.
Yes.
If anything, it's a thing that I was gonna bring up when Aaron gets away. Is that did he leave the whole city? Did he leave?
Well, it certainly looked like he got really
he got
freaking far
really
away.
far.
Yeah.
So. ODM gear. Maybe.
Well, so by the time they
or
found
just
out,
time skipped.
But yeah, by the time they found out that he was gone and that the bombing went off and things like that, right?
Right.
He had probably been escorted out long before then, right? Like it's not the kind of thing where they would just be like,
it's possible.
hey, let's do the bombing as we're getting Aaron out. It would have been separated.
And that's probably why the protesters were there, is that they keep a lot of the guards out at the external area so that when they go to get Aaron,
there is
it's
probably
much
a good chance that was orchestrated.
Yep, makes a lot of sense. Now, Armin kind of rambles with the whole, Titan members have been known to transfer by touch. I thought I might learn something important.
Right. I'm here for a tactical reason.
Yeah.
I wasn't. Yeah.
And she just kind of ignores that and just goes, well, you are a guy after all.
She's like, I've seen End of Evangelion. I know the situation. Just
why do we have to have a comatose girl saved till the end of the story?
And then Armin's just like, don't drop the band hammer, please.
Yeah. Please. I'll be good, mods. I'll be good. And I liked that Hitch was like, hey, it's okay. Annie will get bored listening only to me. And then this was probably one of the funniest lines in the whole episode.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't this feel extremely meta, guys? Is that, Isayama's God, fandom. I get it. Annie was a really cool, you think that because you're so unlikable that people are going to like you ironically?
Right, exactly.
And now Isayama's like, I have to bring Annie back into the story because she's just been sitting here all this time.
Although I do want to point out that this isn't character for Hitch because Hitch was always very lazy. And that's one of the reasons why she wanted to join the military police.
Yeah.
So the fact that she's commenting on how she can be so popular when she's just sleeping, it also fits. But yes,
Hitch
totally.
wishes she could just sleep and
exactly.
have everything just go her way.
Yep.
It felt a little bit like poking at the fans, and I love that kind of humor.
But then we go into the OP.
Yep.
War.
See?
Oh yes, it does.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, the newspaper that she was using as a little telescope kind of looking thing earlier.
I always thought she was using it as she was gonna hit him with it.
Right. But when she has it up there, she's got it right by her eye and her face. So either she was like, "Hey, no talking to prison."
Nothing lewd going down over there.
But okay, public opinion. The interaction with Hanji and the reporters has borne fruit. Military clings to power, wrongfully detaining
Eren Yeager. It is one of those things that's a bit terrifying when you realize that, like, oh yeah, because they're so technologically behind and everything, a newspaper, like everyone in Parody is completely, like, how should I say? They have no tolerance or resistance to the whole idea of propaganda necessarily. Like, maybe a little bit because of the whole thing with the military police back in season 3.
Of course they have some.
But, like, but not that much.
Dude, they literally, like, upended the previous regime.
Yes.
Like, because of the propaganda.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
Because newspapers printed things, they upended the regime, and now it's like, all right, newspapers print things again
to upend the regime.
Upend the regime.
Yeah,
like,
it's perfectly in theme, tone, and character even for those.
There's a reason the printer.
This title is accurate.
Yes.
This title is accurate. The wrongfully bit is a value judgment. You know,
it's the whole thing of there's
right or
3
wrong.
kinds of lies. There's lies, damned lies, and statistics. You know,
right.
So.
But this is neither of them. They're not putting any statistics out here. Military clings to power. Yes, the founding titan. Please.
Yeah.
Keep it here. We don't want Eren just to go off willy-nilly again and do whatever he wants.
Willy-nilly?
Yes, I know what I said.
Wow.
I know what I said. Yeah,
okay. All right.
I do think about these things every once in a while. By wrongfully detaining Eren Yeager. Yeah, they are detaining him. Mm-hmm. Now, the opinion piece of wrongfully...
Detaining is a bit strong. They're suggesting he stay where he is.
They have the gall to think that they're detaining him.
Yeah.
So they're stupidly detaining Eren Yeager is more the accurate state there. Like, so do you know, guys, when you're in the fantasy story where the character gets so much power that everyone just has that moment of fear where they go,
oh,
whatever you want.
It feels almost like a Homelander situation.
Not
really, because Eren is a very different kind of person. But that, as far as like everyone else is concerned, at this point, Eren's just kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, the problem is
I can do what I want.
The problem is that the Homelander situation doesn't work as well because there are other people that are kind of on his level. Sure.
But
in this case, there's literally no one.
Like
nobody.
Like
Armin is the closest, and he has zero capability of detaining Eren.
Yep. And Levi's off somewhere else, and Mikasa, well, she physically might be able to do a little bit of something, but you know, because of who she is and everything in their connection, no.
I really do feel like because of Eren's choice, though, to go off on his own, that is something that leads them to distrust him, and thus they've made this decision to detain him. But given that Hanji had that moment with him, I think she should have quickly grabbed everyone that she trusts and just goes, guys, I'm scared. And just be honest and be like,
we are too, Hanji.
Like, I don't know what to do about Eren. And this is something that
we don't either, Hanji.
No, I know, but it's the thing of where they could just go out to his cell, and Hanji has that potential authority, I would say.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Hanji's that high up to where she would probably have to negotiate with Zach Lee or
Zach Lee might end up like
vetoing,
putting his foot down at some point, but
right. If anything, he might say, okay, but don't bring everyone in there. Bring like 1 or 2 of his friends.
Excellent
and then
reference.
Have military police like watch the whole thing there. But if they at the very least just have a moment where they could sit down and chat, I think we could have avoided this whole thing.
Man, and
they might have even joined Eren. Like, who knows?
Ain't that the worst though? When it's like, oh man, I feel like this thing totally could have been avoided, and it's like, but it wasn't, and it makes sense that it wasn't, but it probably could have been.
So,
and they're just straight up like, yeah, the new Eldian Empire needs Eren Yeager. It's like,
yeah. So there's a nice little bit of setup here with this little overhead shot where you very clearly see, okay, this is a compound.
Yep. The crowd's not too big.
The crowd's not that big.
Yeah.
But it is a problem. And it also is the nice little wall, you know?
Oh, yes,
dividing
definitely.
You know, people here.
Right. Wait. So a bunch of angry monsters on the outside that are trying to get inside the wall, and then Wait, what?
Yeah. But okay. This episode really lulled us into that like kind of.
I'm very curious what you're going
No,
to say.
I was gonna say I'm actually gonna like recant that whole thing. No, if anything, it didn't lull us into a false sense of security at all. It kind of built up this tension of things are going to go bad.
Yep. Wasn't the music like just wonderful
I swear
in how
I've
it
heard
did that?
before.
Like it
Guys.
had that sense of just like
Yeah.
something's
chat.
wrong. It might not go super wrong right now, but
Yeah.
something is very much not right.
Yeah, chat. When did we hear this music before? I swear we've heard it before in like season 3 or something.
Because y'all know the track we're talking or tracks we're talking about, right?
The really soft, scary
background
piano.
ones that just make you tense.
Yeah, that was definitely something that I've heard before. But the crowd is much bigger in the manga. Oh, okay, gotcha. And then we have the little scout recruits.
Huh?
What are they doing at HQ?
They're definitely not going to be relevant in this episode.
Yep. And this was the only
And then and then they
Hold on.
immediately cut to Yelena.
Okay, yeah. So here we go.
Yeah, so we
these
see
are,
some
these
of the
are the
recruits.
scout recruits.
Yep.
We don't recognize them. They're completely irrelevant in
Yep.
terms of who they are.
Right.
But they are very
Extras.
clearly scouts.
Right.
It's the difference
They have
in
the
that-
wings of freedom.
Yeah, they have the right scout uniforms. I think there's a possibility, though, that it's not really important whether or not they are scouts. But
To them, it certainly doesn't.
No, but they chose to wear scout uniforms and not necessarily a military police uniform.
I see.
They could have probably got in here
Gotcha.
just fine with military police uniforms. In fact, it might have been easier, but it's probably easier for them to just be like, well, we're actually just scout recruits, and we're delivering something for
Right.
exactly.
And they
no problem.
and they are probably scout recruits
Yes.
because that's how they got in contact with Flock and things like that.
Yeah.
But then I love how it's like, what are those recruits doing here? And then it cuts to Yelena. It's like,
yeah.
okay, all right.
So Yelena and Pixis have a little bit of a talk regarding the truth of the matter.
Yeah.
She
I did go
to
meet Aaron.
Aaron.
But what did we talk about?
She was so excited.
Yeah.
So excited. And this is where, guys, we're gonna go off into kooky land and crazy theories because
Really?
Yelena and Pixis notices this is that she's telling the truth a lot of the time, but she is lying.
Yeah.
She is omitting things,
Uh-huh.
and that is a mark of a good liar. Someone that is, and Pixis notices this, that hey, if you're a good liar, you mix in a little bit of truth with everything, and kind of sarcastic with this whole, oh, how kind of you to admit this very innocuous detail.
Right.
And she's giving like good stuff with regards to our reasoning here. But this was something I thought was kind of interesting. She used a bit of the logic that I think that's going on with a lot of the Jaegerists is that
Sure.
they basically think that it's too late
Right. The desperation causes them to immediately prioritize something,
and act,
even if
and-
it's short-sighted. Maybe.
even if it's short-sighted and couldn't end up screwing over a lot of people here, and a lot of people are going to die now because of what they did.
Yeah.
So this is where we're at. And Aaron felt the same sense of urgency too. Now, this is the part where
She's probably telling the truth. You know?
yes. But I find this a little bit curious here. Because if Aaron is feeling the same sense of urgency
Right.
at that point, this is Aaron basically like he hasn't gone to Marley yet.
Right. Yeah. This is before that. Yep.
So this
But this conversation does seem to be what convinced him to do that.
yeah, I think that there's a possibility though that this is true. If Aaron felt a similar sense of urgency, then he might know more than he's letting on. This is where things get wonky.
All right.
And this is where things get, really wonky.
All right.
Okay, so keep this in mind, guys. We're going with timeline-related stuff here. Aaron, 10 months ago, had a meeting with Yelena.
Right.
Orchestrated because of some maneuvering and stuff right here, right? Aaron has not gone to Marley yet.
Correct.
So he hasn't had that kind of that big change that we noticed when he was in Marley. He seemed like kind of like he like Aaron felt distant. He felt disconnected. He felt like he was just like, I'm
Not
wondering
sure
what
what
the
to do.
point of it all is.
Right, yeah, he just had his, hey, if we killed everyone over there, will we finally be free? So it's
Well, no, that was not just then. That was 4 years ago.
No, I know, but it's the that's the kind of thing that he's probably been grappling with, over the course of this time.
Yeah, except 10 months ago, he was feeling urgent about acting,
Right.
which I think suggests that he's got a little bit of bit of extra info.
Okay, between like then and the 10 months ago, that something made it be like,
Between the 4 years ago and 10 months ago.
right.
So that's its own thing. Then next, Pixis is like, oh, so you're the one. You convinced Aaron to infiltrate Marley, and this is again the thing that hint again that Aaron was the one that proposed the idea potentially.
Yep.
Because Yelena, I
Okay.
think, again is telling the truth here and saying not quite. Which is a nice little thing of saying, well, like, sort of. I did some help there. But she said, I said someone needed to light a fire under the administration. Basically, get them to act. Which is a nice kind of way of saying, we said that we would indirectly manipulate all of you. Which is the end result.
Sure.
By Aaron leaving, it lit a fire underneath them, and they were like, "Ah, Aaron, what are you doing?"
Right, but it's the Yelena trying to do that whole deflection of like, well, I didn't necessarily suggest that method. I just said that the objective, was important that it be
Right.
accomplished somehow.
Yeah, so
Aaron thought that up all on his own.
Yeah, it's probably something where she's covering her own ass a little bit here, so they can't immediately like charge her for something. But he says, "Okay, you risked a secret meeting without discussing concrete plans." So, given our position, we weren't allowed to meet with him in public. But the risk was worth it to you. You succeeded in manipulating Aaron just as Zeke hoped you would. This is, I think, an assumption based on Pixis's part.
And then
Yelena
freaks out.
She flips out on
What would be
this.
the point in that?
So, this is the part where I think Yelena ends up giving away too much. So, think about this from the perspective of someone who believes Zeke to be like a god. Okay? If Zeke is a god, what is Aaron?
Well, that's a real good question.
Like,
that is
if-
a
like-
really good
like-
damn question.
Like, if,
Damn good.
Like, the whole thing of Flock being like, we need a demon, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we need,
Right.
someone who's willing to do, like, whatever it takes, you know?
Some sort of devil of all earth,
Yeah, yeah. If Zeke in her mind is God,
Uh-huh.
then Aaron is something worse. Aaron is something way, not necessarily more powerful or anything, but
He is New God
he's
Plus.
New God Plus.
Yeah. That's great. That's great.
No, it's
God
it's,
King. I mean,
it's the kind of thing where Aaron is Aaron is like, if God is the one that sits atop reality,
okay.
right? That's the general view a lot of people seem to see with regards to this. But she did kind of call Zeke more like a god, not like a supreme.
Right, little G, not big G.
Exactly,
kind of thing. Yeah,
exactly. Then that would make Zeke in my mind more the more like a demigod, like someone who has
Very powerful entity beyond understanding.
exactly. Aaron is then the actual, like he is the definite article. At the very least, he is capable of becoming that if him and Zeke interact.
Yeah.
So why would she react so negatively in thinking that manipulating Aaron is something that was a part of their plan? And I think it's because,
She kind of worships Aaron.
well, no, like, I can't manipulate him. I can't do
Oh.
that. Do you,
You think
realize
I
what
have that
he's-
much power?
Yeah, you think I have
That-
that much power?
You know what it feels like?
That would be muda. It's
So,
literally impossible.
What it reminds me of is the part in Monster where Tenma is investigating Johan, and then he goes and he meets with Wolf or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
whatever
yeah.
the guy's name is, and he's like, you made Johan what he was, and he's like, you You think we could do that?
Yeah, you
no.
think we're capable of that?
No, we maybe weaponized him, but
Yeah, we
like
maybe guided him
a bit, but like no, that
Guides.
yeah,
episode.
yeah. But like we did, you think too highly of us, kind of a thing, right?
So I think this is the point where she kind of like goes, "Oh shit, I messed up."
I may have,
But let's assume Yelena's also a little bit of a
This is why you plead the fifth, people.
right. But I think there's a possibility that Yelena is even potentially manipulating Pixis here.
Oh, okay.
By acting out in this way, she's kind of asserting
She's
a bit
kind
of
of hooking him in, like
well, yeah, she's asserting a power move. She's basically stating that I know things you don't, and because
and I'm okay
of that,
telling you that.
Yeah, I don't need to hold that back.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's like saying, do you know who my
reminder?
Thank you. I just drank too, but it's like, do you realize like who I'm allied with? Do you realize like who I'm in league with? And this isn't even the freakiest part of the whole thing. By her saying like, what would be the point in that? That's like saying, what capacity does the I don't know, does the grain say to the farmer? You know, like there's this like there's this
she does very much
there's
go
this
into
hierarchy,
yeah.
Yeah.
She's drank the Kool-Aid.
She's drank the Kool-Aid, regardless of whether or not she's crazy.
She's drank deep. Like as big as she is, she had to drink a lot of Kool-Aid in order
Yeah.
for it to fully take effect.
And then she says, all I wanted was for Eren Yeager to know who I was.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
shit.
a line.
So remember, keep all of this in context, guys, okay? Keep all of this in context here. She then has this moment of like, okay, resuming normalcy, and then Pixis grabs someone who's been
taking this
around
down.
from season 1.
Yes, it's easy to forget her, but
It's
yeah.
easy to forget her, but if you remember,
She's like the main adjutant of Pictus.
she came to the royal noble who was like eating the pastries all the way back in season 1, and she was just like, I'm having none of your shit. Like, if I remember correctly, she was the one that made the comment about him like playing poorly in chess intentionally. It might not have been her though.
It might have been her.
It might have been her.
It might have been her.
But yeah, she's all the way back in season 1. Just a cool little like, oh yeah, remember her? Yeah.
You merely adopted the Kool-Aid. I was born in it, molded by it.
Yeah. And
Pictus is like, start taking this down.
yeah. So Yelena starts talking about like what we wanted Eren to do, what we hoped he would do,
And he exceeded our expectations.
and there was no
Our
way we could have
wildest
expected
imagination.
it to go this way. Like it worked so well.
He delivered divine retribution. She basically is just calling him a god now.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, he is a god titan. Not only that, he now has a third titan that literally makes him invincible.
right, like if Ymir was like a godlike being or the devil of all earth or whatever that gave her the power, Eren does have 1/3 of that now.
Yep.
And it's like the most important third.
And I kind of like this line. It's a bit of I don't know if it's a filler line, but it feels like something to where we understand what it is for people who know that the founding titan is a thing, but like people don't just we've never actually seen the founding titan, if that makes sense.
Right, like we saw it for a bit when Grisha ate it, but you know it's
Sure.
right, but it's
Yeah.
the whole thing of we know of the things that the founding titan can do, sort of, but we
Sort
don't.
of.
But if Eren doesn't have that, it is the founding titan special,
Yeah.
kind of like the attack titan, right? It's like, okay, so you're a titan. I all right, cool,
But
you know?
this was them being like, oh, okay, no, he's got it.
Right.
He's got it. But I'm telling you, man, she gives so much potentially away in this interaction here, to where it might have been just this was enough for Pixis to be like, yeah, we should surrender. Right. And then my favorite part, Commander Pixis, do you know what we're witnessing?
And
this
the way
is
she
where I
says
think
it-
she got cocky here. She's like,
Oh yeah.
you can do whatever you want to me. It doesn't matter. Eren Yeager knows my name. Like,
Yeah.
like
Like she's basically high right now. Like,
yeah. And I love the voice acting. And now, all right. this is where I'm going to get a bit too hyper analytical.
Okay,
and you've
go
already
for
heard
it.
me go into this.
Yeah,
a little
but take it away. It's a lot of fun
Okay.
to watch.
Commander Pixis, do you know what we're witnessing? Huh? And he's listening. He's quiet. He's like, you're gonna pontificate and monologue.
Yeah,
so
I
why don't you-
won't. I won't get in your way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why does she believe this, guys?
So, face aside, I mean, that's a look right there. But also, like, even just the notion of what she's saying. Usually, when people say this, they say history is going to be made
Yes.
before our eyes.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
If they say history is going to change, usually that means that, like,
You're saying it before I even need to.
usually that means that, like, a side is going to get completely conquered, and then, like, the history books will be rewritten, right? Because history is determined by the victors. But what?
Sorry, what's
See
this?
something?
Meat Canyon guest animator here. What do you mean?
I don't understand.
Someone in here named Meat Canyon?
Yeah, no, I think it's Amaju just messing. Yeah, but
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to continue there, but if you're
But yeah.
trying to tell me something, just reiterate what you were trying to say.
in
'cause
a clearer fashion.
I
Yeah,
didn't get what you were meaning, Amaju. But okay, history is about to change before our eyes. Two problems with this statement here. Initially, history is about to change.
right.
History in the future, which is the past.
Right. The past will
Will
soon
change.
change. Like, what?
What?
What? Yeah. So, what do you think she might mean by that?
Oh, look up Meat Canyon on YouTube. Yelena's face here gives me that kind of creepy vibe. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Okay.
So she's talking about something that is in the past, about to be changed in the future, in the present. So meaning they'll be able to see it. And this is the kind of thing where when you look at the glazed kind of look in her eyes, she's like, I've already seen it. This is why I can speak this with such conviction. One of the things that season 3, episode I think it was 21, brought up with us here, it might have been even 22 by that time, because there was so much they packed into the exposition dump of the past.
Right.
Please save Aaron. No,
Or
Aaron.
Armin.
Armin
yeah.
and Mikasa.
It's the only way you can save Armin and Mikasa. Or Mikasa and Armin. Yeah.
Who are they?
I don't know.
I don't know. This confirms all we need to know about this whole paths shenanigans things. As we got to know more of it, it made sense that there would be the ability to view the memories of those who are, the previous Titan shifters, basically. Like,
Right.
specifically the ones that you either ate, or if you maybe were the founding Titan, you might be able to look back a little bit further.
Right. And we also know that the founding Titan is capable of manipulating memories.
Manipulating the memories,
And because of Aaron's whole, flashes that he's gotten in the dream at the beginning of the show and things, there's a decent possibility that, at least in previous iterations, maybe not in this one, but in previous iterations, there was probably some kind of message through time that was sent back, especially with the whole thing with Aaron Kruger. How that would have happened, who knows? But if it happened in another timeline, then there is a possibility that it would happen in this one.
So this is her just saying, because what the next line is she says the two brothers. I'm just going to get to that next line so we can have it all in context here.
Right.
Okay, then
This because this is the one that you really
this is
like.
the one that I really went just crazy with, because you can say that history is about to be changed.
Yeah, written by the victors. Okay,
Right. Okay,
sure.
I gotcha. You're getting a little bit excited here, so
Right.
you're saying some things that might not make perfect sense. That's cool.
Keep your pants on. Yeah.
But then she just drops it in the most simple way. Two brothers are reshaping the world.
Which is now present that we're getting into. We've
Now-
got the future changing of the past, and now the present. Yeah.
Two brothers are reshaping the world. Right now, right now, I think we are already, and this might be the whole point of the show, guys. Like,
Okay.
this might be the whole point of the show. It's not a time loop. It was never a time loop. It's just multiple iterations.
How is that not a time loop?
So every time you go back into the past
Right.
and you change it, a branching line goes off because of the change that you made there.
Right.
It's like a tree.
Yeah,
Some
that
source
is interesting.
point with a
Some
whole bunch
coordinate
of branching.
Where all paths converge.
Yeah.
Huh.
So all of
Interesting.
this,
Curious.
and this is something that had to have happened already. And there's a lovely little gap of time where Zeke and Aaron definitely interacted. And at that point,
Ooh.
they went back.
Poseidon. That's a trippy thought.
What?
If Aaron and Zeke came in contact with each other in Marley, maybe Aaron has already manipulated everyone's memories.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm saying basically that based on this, Yelena's just like, it's already happened.
It's all done.
It's all working. We're seeing it happen right now. Is that when Aaron and Zeke basically came together, time travel just became a thing. They've then gone and spent, and this is the point, it's irrelevant how much time they spent doing this. Like, actually, because it's, some kind of, I'm guessing there is some kind of correlation to time passing
Sure.
in that it is an active,
Well,
thing
and
there.
regardless, even if you send back memories, any changes that need to happen are still things that you would have to do in the linear timeline. So,
Right.
yeah, if you want to do
Right.
things differently, that will still take whatever amount of time it would take to do it. You just know exactly what to do.
Yeah, and now it's just the question of how are they reshaping things and why are they reshaping things? And then also,
Sure.
if it's two brothers doing it, how much is one versus the other?
Right. Yes, that is an
Because,
excellent question.
Because I think the biggest thing that's most likely is that they're both doing it in some way, but because Aaron is the one actually with the Founding Titan, it's that Zeke basically unlocks this for Aaron.
Sure, and then Aaron's the one who actually does it.
Yeah,
Hence
I'm
him
just-
being the main character.
Right, the Morpheus Matrix kind of thing
Yeah,
here is like,
I can open the
I can
door.
open the door, but you're the one that has to walk through it.
Right.
I will keep moving forward until my enemies are destroyed.
Oh boy. Oh
so,
boy. Oh boy.
So I think what's happened here is that Zeke basically said, Aaron, at least let me show you what is possible. And then Aaron had his moment where he was like, okay. And then they went on a journey. And it's already happened. And the
God.
weird thing is that if you
So
look
you
back...
think we're gonna get like some episode like in Gravity Falls that's like a tale of two Jaegers, you know?
Oh, totally. I think if anything, they're gonna go back to multiple points across the season. There are so many points in the show where, if you think about it, characters are like, "Why am I remembering this right now?"
And it's all paths.
No, it doesn't have to all be it,
But it
it's
could
just
be. Like
any part of it.
Yeah,
could
it's
be.
it's the this is making me rethink literally everything, you know, kind
Well,
of situation.
It's the kind of thing to the point where when they did it in the show, it became almost a meme because of the repetition. The amount of times that this happened in Attack on Titan, especially in the earliest
Oh
seasons.
yeah, we meme on it because it happened all the time.
It happened
Like,
all the time.
yeah. To say nothing of the times where Aaron was like actually getting out of context flashes of whatever it was he was seeing.
Yeah, exactly, Zenimax. We need to see the full context of whatever happened between Aaron and Zeke. Because all that potentially could have happened is that he said, like, I can open this door for you, Aaron. And Aaron's like, nah. because literally what might have happened,
Phenomenal cosmic power, itty bitty living space.
and Aaron could have been like, bro, no. And it's just this thing of where they're like, okay.
Well,
But
any way I can convince you.
But again, because time is involved, it doesn't matter when it happens.
Yeah.
The only thing to where I think that there's a possibility that it did necessarily, like it did happen before this, is that there is a time where they actually like spent it together. But
So
is the other thing is that Aaron was maybe potentially, depending on how much Yellen is lying here, feeling that sense of urgency and that he needed to do something before that.
But you wanna think about something in a really trippy way.
Oh yeah,
Caleb?
I think I know what you're gonna say.
So
Yep.
so
Could he use it on himself?
well, sure. Aaron and Zeke have a conversation. Doesn't really matter when it happens, you
Yep.
know,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Theoretically, it could happen in the future.
Yep.
Theoretically, it could have happened in a different iteration.
Yeah, I don't
Like-
know how they're gonna play the
Like
whole.
the
If you send something back, does it only go in your iteration?
the
Or if you go back far enough, does it go before
all the way back
things-
to say
Yeah,
a
but-
single coordinate, you know?
Yes,
like,
yes,
Because
yes.
the main thing that Isayama seems to do with how he makes it so that the memory transfer through paths and whatnot, and
Uh-huh.
the whole idea of a time loop doesn't completely like just obliterate the story, is
yeah.
that there's some kind of filter, film, lens, whatever. You know, it's not a perfect
not perfect.
It's not a perfect transfer.
Yeah, it's an impression.
Right.
It's at the very least something that is. Sorry, go ahead.
Right, and then royal blood is the thing that can make it
Make
clearer.
it perfect. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So in that respect, that's why. That's why I think that Zeke and Aaron did something.
Right.
But-
like who knows? The
but-
message maybe has already been sent, and Aaron and Zeke need to come into contact so that Aaron can like receive the message and be like, oh, that's the situation. Okay. You know, like theoretically.
He needs to close the loop, basically.
Right. Like there's been like a big fat
A line has
download
been
letter.
cast
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
long
Exactly.
time ago.
Right. From yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because what was the first episode called?
To you, 2,000 years in the future.
In the future.
Yes. Yes.
Guys, Isayama set this up potentially from the beginning. He
Theoretically.
didn't necessarily
Who
know all
knows?
the details and stuff. But to you, 2,000 years in the future. Yep.
Yep, the message. Never underestimate the importance of the message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel bad just in case I'm like going a bit too crazy here with this.
Uh-huh.
This is all based on the ramblings of the
Of-
crazy cult leader for Zeke, you know.
Right.
So
But that's why we love Attack on Titan, right? Because it can have these things in here that just
Right.
make us wonder.
right, but also she's telling the truth here. Like she had her moment of kind of honesty,
Well-
and this is just a more calmed version. She's drank her tea, she's sitting back, and she's just like, "Do you realize, Pixis, what we're witnessing?" It's like,
Yeah, it's
oh,
well.
okay.
The
Let's
question
give your
is
villain
that
monologue here.
right, the villain monologue for sure. But
Mm-hmm.
even if she's telling the truth, there's the question of what perspective does she have?
Probably none.
Probably not very much.
Probably not much at all. That's the thing that's freaky, is that she knows enough to where she realizes that her perspective doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I get to witness it. I get to tell Aaron Yeager who I am.
Right.
There's a possibility that he might remember me. Like,
Thank
like-
you.
oh,
Thank you, Jenny Monty, for the 5 gifted
thank
community
you.
subs.
Thank you very much.
Very
yeah.
kind of you.
Yeah. Okay. Isayama's a genius. They called me a madman. Yes.
Oh man.
Okay, so now we've gone through all of that. Actually, this bit,
Oh.
I completely forgot about this line as well.
Mm-hmm.
She then says this, which is kind of confirming that she has no perspective on this,
Mm-hmm.
but she would kill to know, like, the details of what's going
Oh
on.
yeah. Yeah.
I simply want to see it happen from their side. Their side.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're not even, like, fully invested in this plane of existence.
Because
Like,
it's
there's
just
a
that's
whole
the winning
nother
side,
reality.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're flying high right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not flying high, because
Right.
no flying titans.
Yeah.
That'd be terrifying.
And so Pix is like, oh, so essentially curiosity. And she's like, yeah, essentially. The other volunteers don't know that I secretly met Aaron. Which I think that is not true.
It could be. Like,
Right,
Like
but-
theoretically, strategically, it might make sense to do it that way, so that way the secret couldn't get out.
Totally. But we already know that there's some kind of collusion with the. Actually, volunteers might not be referring to the scout recruits. When she says volunteers, is she talking about the other people, like
yes.
Onyankopon and
On
everything?
Young and everybody. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then I definitely believe that, because Onyankopon didn't seem like he was necessarily involved
Right.
with a lot of the details of this. Mm-hmm. Like, he seemed more excited about bringing parody into the world stage of things.
Sure.
Yeah. It's true that I did deceive you guys, but I did it for the sake of Eldia. And Vix is like, oh, I'd like to believe you. Totally. Tell me everything you and Aaron spoke about. And then we get robbed of what they talk about here.
Yeah.
Because Pixis basically says, I'm going to take this down for posterity. Because
I've been around for a while, young'un.
Right, because there's a possibility that a lot of the things that you're saying are true, but the things that are true or a lie might pop out a little bit more if I get a chance to read them and look at them and stew on them a little bit.
Yep.
So
there's a reason it's so important in any kind of organization to have centralized information.
Definitely.
So that way you can have someone that's like, okay, this was said over here and this was said over there. All right, let's put it all together. Let's get a cork board and yarn and see where it points to.
Yeah. So Onyankopon, I love this little bit here. He's just like, good grief, like, why are you guys doubting us? It's been 3 years. We've toiled to help you guys over all this time. And now you're doubting us? I believe him.
Yeah.
I believe him. He looks genuine here. He might also be a ridiculously good liar like Yelena as well.
Sure.
I would say in some ways he'd have to be a better liar than Yelena.
Much better. Like you would almost want to be like, dude, just if you are lying, then you
hats off to you. You're
right,
doing
hats
a
off.
fantastic job. Yeah.
Right. You deserve me to believe you, like because you're doing excellent.
Yeah. I wanted to point out a little Easter egg thing. You see Helos?
Yep,
Helos.
Yeah.
On the card there.
Mm-hmm.
Nice
I
little,
point that out
little
too, yeah.
extra little touch.
Yep.
Now, I loved this bit of like vulnerability from Hanji. I'm sorry, it's just 10 months after the rails opened and this happens. And you can tell that, they've got the garrison people kind of watching them here to make sure everything's kosher.
On the up and up,
legit.
yeah.
He says, tell me about it. Didn't we swear to work together for the future? And Hanji's her
like,
creepy eye look
all right.
here. I just gotta say, this part threw me for a loop. Does anyone else
Onyankopon for a loop too.
Like, what? Are you about to eat me? Like Hanji?
Hanji's like my secret technique. Okay, so in order to lie, one of the big things about it is that you have to keep everything very measured, right? Be in control of yourself. I'm going to shock him so much that way if he is lying, I'll be able to tell.
Yeah. I think that was essentially like what it was. Mm-hmm. But it is hot outside. I think him sweating doesn't necessarily mean that he's lying. Also, a lot of people are just nervous people in general, so when you grill them, they can end up stuttering and stammering and just being like,
oh yeah, especially when it's a tense situation, like
very tense
like
situation.
even though he's shuffling cards and things like that, he has a military person with an eye patch coming and interrogating him after he's been helping them for 3 years because he was originally part of the enemy.
It's an eye patch and glasses.
Extra
levels of badass.
Yep.
In the manga, it was creepier. Oh, okay. But that just image of her like that, and then he's just like, what's the matter?
What did I do?
And then he does seem a bit surprised that Yelena was able to meet with Eren in secret. He's like, wait, really? Like,
he's like, so maybe this is a good time to tell you then that Yelena is a psycho.
Yeah. He's like, I had no idea, honestly. I think I think that Hanji would be the kind of person to be able to spot someone if they were fidgeting or giving away any like hints of that they were lying.
Yeah.
I like that this interrogation is one that is a bit more informal. There's obviously a guard right outside there just in case he tries to run or something.
Right.
But otherwise, this seems like a very casual, just tea and cards conversation, Mm-hmm. But he does have this kind of thing of, well, Yelena,
her childhood hero was Yunogasai. It's
yeah, she's a bit much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then
Hanji's like, well, but you know what this means, though, right? Like that.
Yeah,
does
we
kind of.
We need to detain you, and then we need to do this properly. Instead of doing this backwards and talking nicely to you, we're going to detain you now, and then have you give us everything you know about Yelena. And he just starts giving her stuff,
like,
just like
sure.
She organized the volunteers. First, people were wary, and didn't go so well, you know. But
Not everyone had drank the Kool-Aid just as much as her.
yeah, but she got her hands dirty and proved her loyalty to Zeke and the group.
And I love
this
that he
is-
says this like it's something that all of them kind of guessed, suspected, and things like that. You know, accidental deaths and whatnot. But like,
Jeez,
don't
so
necessarily
brutal.
want to like say anything about it.
Yeah, we buried friends we ate and slept with. Anyone who doubted us.
Yeah.
But they basically were like, but we've got the cause. We understand that that's something that's bigger than our lives.
Right.
Now, this was an interesting thing in that they kind of focused on this line a bit here. That Hanji was like, "Oh, she kind of pressed our government to give Marleyan certain rights."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like,
And-
why would she do that? That seems like a very like
Yeah, it seems a bit.
is it just to add to the cover?
Yeah, you make Yelena sound merciless to Marleyans, yet on our island, yeah, she's been anything but. So it's the idea that Yelena has multiple stages to the plan in play
Sure,
here.
probably.
Is that while a lot of this is to get her and the group, the volunteers basically, ingratiated with Parody, and that's where a lot of the boons and stuff that they brought in technology-wise to help them are coming from, so that they can actually get in and be, somewhat trusted. There were other plays at play here. Things that could be going along in parallel.
That would make
Things
sense.
but things that we haven't necessarily revealed yet, even in this episode, with
Right,
Eren
and-
getting out.
I love that the bit where the main character busts out of prison, I mean, not like he was really being kept there anyways,
No.
but, is part of organizing a revolution where the main headquarters of, the people that our main characters are working with gets bombed, right?
Yeah.
And yet it also feels like it's sort of just the calm before the storm.
Right?
Like what comes next, could maybe be worse.
Oh yeah, I think it'll definitely be worse because we'll have the Warriors in play as well.
Yeah. Just
the
take that
Warriors being
chaos
involved.
and dial it up to 11.
Yeah, like people are gonna die. Like lots of people.
At least
named,
one.
Named characters.
There will be one or more people that die.
I love how you say that.
It's like it's like
This isn't a good image for
what's his name? Oh my god, I can't.
what?
It's Mark Hamill saying that he has a bigger role in The Last Jedi than he did in The Force Awakens.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, so he's talking about Hanji. Exactly, he's talking about Hanji here and saying that she's been all over the place. But
Yep.
Armin and Mikasa,
And it's-
sorry, you're not allowed to meet Eren. And I understand why he's saying this here, but he must have a really low-staffed personnel kind of situation if he really can't afford them just to go and see him and have what they say at the very least be, listened in by specialists or just
Right. Well,
guards.
because what I think his concern is that if Eren, as big of a figure as Eren is,
Yeah.
for Parody and everybody,
Right.
if they talk to Eren,
Yep.
now even if he trusts them not to do anything stupid,
Yeah.
they will be naturally more sympathetic to Eren, and if that ends up then spreading to other people in the ranks, it could cause trouble. Especially when they're about to go to war with the whole world.
Right.
And and then on top of that, he is planning on having someone eat Eren and take the Founding Titan anyways, so might as well just keep a tight lid on it until then.
Yeah, it's not worth the risk, basically.
Right.
To draw a line and flip it from this
Yep.
episode. Because we know Eren had contact with the volunteers, kind of bringing in the bit that Zackley is aware of the Pixis information. So a lot of things are moving rather quickly, just back and forth. Keeps us kind of on the timeline side of things, aware of, even though these scenes are in separate locations, we can kind of tell what's happened before what. And then, these are Eren's charges. Eren kept quiet about his secret meeting, which resulted in the raid on Marley. So we're currently investigating if anyone else was involved with it.
Right, because that's the big issue.
And then this part here, Eren hasn't said a word since the truth came to light. So
They say most lawyer advice is shut the F up.
Right, but this is the part that is a bit sad here.
Mm-hmm.
The military, I think that's Pixis there and his
believe so.
attaché, and then just another
Another
member.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They sent in their professionals and stuff, right?
To get his statement and be like,
Yeah.
what's the situation?
What's the situation? He says nothing.
Mhm.
Now, if I were them, I would think about potentially sending in someone who could get him to talk, right?
Possibly.
But are they already so scared of Aaron that they're like,
Maybe.
maybe we can't send. Maybe this is just somewhere we're gonna have to cut our losses and just assume we're getting nothing out of it.
Because they know deep down that they can't actually keep Aaron here.
Yeah.
Like, they know that, right? Like, it's...
But if that's the case, then why are they doing this? There's nothing they can do to stop him.
Well, they're afeared.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's just
People do crazy things when they're scared.
it blows my mind though, the level of just general incompetence here that's at play, given how much they know about Titans and the powers of Titans. At this point, they know that he ate
The Warhammer.
the Warhammer.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone that went there would have given a very explicit report on
What the
that
Warhammer
means.
can do? Yeah.
There is nothing they can do to stop him. And yet, I think it's got to be
Okay.
that they're like, well, it's not that the worst of the worst could happen. He might not like us, but it's not like he's going to openly revolt or something, right?
Sure, it's
This
the...
is his home. He cares about. I would have at the very least interviewed Armin, Mikasa, John, Connie, Hanji, Levi. Literally everyone that went to that squad that found Aaron and had that first contact with him after he had, scurried off to Marley.
Yeah.
And been like, what was he like? What was going on?
Oh, I'm
What were
sure
the things
Armin.
you said?
I'm sure Armin and Mikasa would have had wonderful things to tell them.
Yep.
You know, Connie's like, well, he laughed when our friend got killed that he had known for 9 years, right? And then what else happened?
Oh, boy.
Let me think.
Yeah. And then they bring it up as more of a pointing at the audience thing, like, we're still in the dark about what he did during his time in Marley, too. I'm not.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure I know what the majority of it is that he was basically probably just looking around and being like, this is what the outside world is like. Wow.
Sure. Question is was there anything else, right?
Oh, no, of course.
Because like
Eventually,
because they
he
could
ends
probably
up-
all right, that something like that. It's like, okay,
Right.
all right,
Right.
it's fairly straightforward.
But I think he went on his own kind of like spirit quest, kind of thing. He had his little like introspective moments of just, I'm alone and stranger in a strange land, and
What am I gonna do?
yeah, I think he probably did some of the most basic things like, I'm gonna show up, wounded and stuff, and
Yeah,
probably
good cover.
probably sneak my way onto a battlefield, and see how they treat me, see what their military is like, just get that just general info of what it's like to be, nobody here. I really think it's that kind of typical thing of the celebrity that goes incognito at a place that
Yes,
everyone knows
undercover
them
boss
very
kind
well.
of a thing.
Yeah, exactly. Just to see how they
Yep.
treat the average person. And that's where he meets Falco. That's how
Yeah.
he bumps into
I hope you
his
live a long
grandpa.
life.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Now they said this again. We believe that Aaron is being manipulated by Zeke. And I'm telling you this because it's YouTube, but keep quiet about it. That is interesting info.
That is trusting,
That is good stuff that he's
Now-
telling them.
It might be just to placate them for a little bit to make sure that they don't try and bust him out before they can, have Aaron get eaten. But
Right.
but
Yeah.
yeah, because the concern that Aaron could be being manipulated by Zeke is so high, right? Because
It is very high.
it's incredibly high, right?
Yeah.
Aaron is very stubborn, right?
And he's been in a low place in the last few years.
Right.
Yeah.
But the idea that someone could, if they were very clever, right, spin a tale for him, you know, like spin some words in ways that appeal to his whatever, the ways that he thinks, right?
Sure.
It's like, yeah, you know, I could kind of buy it that they
Right.
could get him to do something that he would not have otherwise done. But
I just love that Armin brings it up too. But hey, if Aaron isn't talking, then I think that's all the more reason.
right, we
that
might
we
be
can
able
help.
to be, you know,
Like, that's
the few people that could get him to talk.
Exactly. And I like my boy, yes, Armin, good, spitting the logic there. I'm not sure we can get the truth out of him, but there's no harm in trying.
It's like, well said, Armin.
Well said, Armin.
Well said.
Saying exactly what I'm thinking. Is why, like, you're my favorite character at multiple points. You just have a good head on your shoulders, and you've been through a lot.
Oh yeah.
But you're still here, man. You're still here. And Zachary has the fear response. The situation is too delicate. We're done talking here.
Right.
Now,
It's the, yeah.
this is
It very much feels like I've got too much on my plate. I don't want to think about this right now.
yeah, this is the kind of thing where I think he's trying to avoid talking, though, about the fact that they're going to have someone eventually.
He doesn't want to let it slip because if he gives them any information,
about
then
why
they-
they're not trying anymore.
right, then they definitely will try and rescue him.
Yep, exactly. And he really does not want to have the scouts, you know, the remaining scouts of the experts, you know,
Right.
the
It's the
Yeah.
he's being the imposter in Among Us that's like, yes, all right, everyone's come to a decision. Cool. Let's not use up the remaining time we have, you know, to deliberate.
yeah. And then from the whole angle of, well, there's not much we can do here, so yeah.
Well, you say that, Jenny, that Aaron won't hurt them, but then at the same time, they almost did get caught in that explosion.
Yep.
And who knows, maybe that wasn't, you know, Aaron didn't necessarily know that would potentially be the case, but
Yeah. And then Armin just brings it up. Well, one explanation might be that they've completely given up on Aaron. That's why they're not willing to
try
take
anymore.
any chances here.
Yep.
If that's true, then they're already picking the next founding titan.
And what's great about this is that regardless of whether that was actually something they were trying to do or not,
Yep.
the doubt sets in. And now it's like, well, hold on. I don't know if we can trust them. And if this is Armin and Mikasa, who already had been seeing how Aaron had changed and things like that, right? Then how much more so for just the common soldier?
And
Mikasa being awesome.
I love this moment so much. Mikasa's first immediate instinct, because it felt like she almost like had some like sixth sense about the explosion, like before it went off. Like there was like a click or like a noise or something, and she just like immediately.
Some kind of, hold on, you know.
Yep, and she
Basically does a Reiner with Falco.
yeah,
but
yeah,
for
and
Armin.
she gets him out of the blast, and I'm just like, oh.
This is our confirmation that Mikasa is about equivalent in strength and sturdiness to the Armored Titan.
Oh man. But this show went all out here with just freaking us out with this explosion. It's big, it's quick, it's sudden, but top half of Zachary just comes flying out. Oh, lovely.
And
Holy
the
shit.
shit machine is gone.
Yeah. I gotta say, I really don't like the shit machine. Like, it's just one of those things that,
I
like,
know. You never liked it.
I
You were
never
like, oh
liked it.
God, why? Why?
If Attack on Titan ever made me feel like they would do like edgy, dark things more for the sake of just showing how depraved humans are, that was probably the worst offender. Was just him being like, all right, I'm gonna stick the tube in here, I'm gonna stick the other tube in your mouth, and we're gonna do this.
Go.
And I feel like this was just karmic, just comeuppance.
Oh, sure.
Just
yep.
Yeah, the whole thing was used to blow up in your face, and yeah, I mean, R.I.P. Zachary, because like, you know, they needed someone at the top kind of keeping things in order.
Like Pictius is a badass, but you know,
he's old.
Will his 5 head be enough?
Yeah.
No.
But Jesus.
Zachary's death was the happiest event in Attack on Titan.
But yeah, again, Hitch is here.
Yep,
so
yep. Yeah, that's
and
true.
he's
That's
probably
true.
nearby. Just saying.
It's
Just
again just
saying.
one of those things of like, good thing Aaron didn't, eat Porco because then it's like, oh, I've got 4 Titans. You know what? On my way out, I'm just gonna get a snack real quick.
Now, he might not be able to transform down underneath there.
Sure.
Like, it might be something that he's capable of, but it'd be really awkward.
He Warhammer busts out of everything.
Yeah, he totally
then
could have
grabs it.
transformed.
But then stealth would have been out the window.
Right. But it's one of those
Then
things
he'd have
where...
5 out of 9 Titans.
Right. But it's one of those things where if they had people that infiltrated this place to get Aaron out...
They probably could have just carted away, like, Annie's crystal.
Well, no. She'd be a bit heavy.
Sure.
But it's the thing of where they then judged it'd be safer... Because this is actually something that I think logically, I now understand why, if Annie's nearby, they didn't do anything with that. Is that they're like, well, in order to get Annie, you'd have to transform. And if you transformed, the whole world would be on our tail. But it'd be very easy for us just to sneak you out.
We'd be in combat from now on.
Yeah,
basically.
and there's no reason to risk it necessarily by bringing a Titan that could hatch at any moment.
She's not going anywhere.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. And they're not necessarily going to use her. They're totally going to use her. Annie's totally going to come back at some
Now,
point.
Isayama's going to have the whole show end. And then Armin will...
Annie's going to wake up. And
Annie's going to wake up. Yeah.
Everything will be done.
Armin will be, was the narrator and everything.
Yeah.
And then they will repopulate the species, Yeah.
Oh, my God. Okay. So, the Shinzo Sasageo moment.
Mm-hmm.
This was freaky.
Don't you love coming full circle? Recontextualizing of wonderful things.
Isn't this genius, though? It's so crazy
It's
to
so
think.
twisted.
Yeah, it's so crazy to think about what was something that... God, was that episode 3 or 5?
When they first did the Shinzo Sasageo?
When they were at the training bit.
Oh, that would have been episode 3. But technically, I think they did the
actually
first...
not their first salute where they did the Shinzo Sasageo? Was it actually with Erwin?
First salute, yes. First Shinzo Sasageo,
Ah, right.
I don't believe so. I believe that would have been with Erwin in
When
the
he's
very
recruiting
beginning.
the new scouts.
No, not recruiting the new scouts. That would have been when they are showing off the ODM gear and the Titans for the first time, and it's Erwin or someone going, or no, I think it's actually Shadis in his old.
Yeah, it is
form.
Shadis,
but they're going around and it's like
they don't
it's
say
like
Shinzo Sasageo.
they say pledge your hearts. I
don't think so.
Really?
Chat, can you double check this? When was the first Shinzo Sasageo?
Because I'm pretty sure they said they. I could be wrong, I guess, because Shinzo Sasageo does definitely stand out, but I thought for sure that they.
Y'all don't deserve this, Shinzo.
Yeah, you don't deserve this giant Shinzo Sasageo.
Erwin's first Sasageo would have been episode 4. That doesn't seem right. Because
the bottom line is you can never get enough Erwin Sasageo.
That's true.
But the point is that Erwin's not here right now.
Nope. Yeah.
And this is problem.
Yeah. HD Warrior with 100 bits. Thank you. This is one of my favorite moments in the show. It's super chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah, when Erwin recruited the newest scouts, that was season 1. That was when he drops the way too much info bit that alerts the hidden infiltrators, the warriors, that they should go on this mission that's coming up.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah. Remember when Erwin basically says you need to choose one of the 3 things.
Right.
There.
We now have a weapon to fight back against humanity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Reiner and
It's like,
and Bertolt are like, wait, what? The basement?
We might want to.
Season 2, the 11th episode. Shinzo Sasageo is 15. Oh, okay. Oh my God, you guys are giving tons of different answers. Well, that's okay.
I guess we'll just have to rewatch Attack on Titan from the beginning. And
I have to rewatch it. Yeah.
I mean, because that we'll have to rewatch it when the show's over to just be like,
yeah,
the send off for this wonderful, wonderful bit of media.
I don't know what it is, but I love I love this imagery.
Oh yeah,
because the salute, right? Everyone who's a good Attack on Titan. No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to know this by heart. But everyone knows how the salute goes. It is not just this.
It's
Where's
also
the other fist going?
behind the back.
Behind the back, right?
Yep.
It's putting yourself in a defenseless position.
Right.
You're basically taking the knife and you're plunging it into your heart. Now, they're twisting it. They have one up here, but then they have their other fist up here.
And they might not even be doing this. It's very possible that it's just the fist in the sky. But also, this is like a twisted version of that whole thing of the anime trope where it's the reaching for the sun, the thing that's out of reach, you know?
Yeah.
And normally, that's where you realize that, oh, yeah, I have limits and things like that and whatnot. But no, this is the, we might just try and break down this gate.
Yeah. So then they figure out, there's a bomb in the chair. Yeah. He and 3 soldiers were lost. The culprit and their goal is unknown. Volunteers were on house arrest, and this one was with me all day. So
Right.
it's this thing of where it could totally be them getting their alibi and doing this now because everyone is split up. But I think it also just might be a thing of where they're like, no, we might have just found where Zeke is. So now we need to do this, as quick as possible,
Hold on. What do you mean?
Well, why did they activate the plan today? Why did the bomb be sent today?
Oh, probably just because it was the same day, but much later than when they got Aaron out of there, I'm guessing.
No, I know. But there's when you have plans like this where you have so many things in motion, usually there's some big break that sets everything to roll, to go right,
Okay.
And I would think that the main thing as to why they didn't do this, like at any point before this, is that they have to know some way to actually get to Zeke. There's no way that they would pull all this and then
Gotcha.
be like, well, we're going to spend the next 6 months looking for Zeke.
Which is interesting because Hanji specifically brought up that, hey, there's the people that are with Levi right now.
But they said there are people
and that
that
group
give
of people
supplies.
that doesn't change. And then there's 3 people that give supplies, and then there's myself.
Those people are
Right,
in on it.
because they haven't actually gotten those 3 people yet. They're dealing with the fact that if there is a leak, that it would be them.
Right. But now they need to tell them to move. Just go somewhere else.
Right. Yeah.
Change up your data.
Put them in witness protection, basically. Just.
Like, they don't even need to know. Just Levi. Just go somewhere else.
Oh, gotcha. I thought you were talking about the 3 people that give supplies.
No. I'm just saying, like, they need to find some way to basically just tell Levi, take your men. Why don't we just take Zeke and move him somewhere else?
Yeah,
Like,
if they had like some kind of like radio or something like that to be like, hey, just bugger off somewhere else.
yes, that's exactly it.
That would be helpful.
Yeah. So Armin kind of confirms the whole thing of recruits leaving HQ.
And then,
but
of course,
it's
when a scout says that there were probably some traitors within the scouts, then everyone else is like, I think we should detain the remaining scouts.
Remember season 3, part 1, guys? That wasn't a good idea.
Yeah. What happened that time? I think the government got overthrown last time that happened.
Yeah. But I love that it's Niles here. Mm-hmm. Is it Nile or Niles? Chat will
Nile,
probably-
I think.
Chat will probably remind us and stuff. But then
Eren Yeager has escaped from his cell.
Eren Yeager has escaped from his cell. Mm-hmm. So I would say that there's a possibility that this happened like right now because everyone panicked, everyone moved around.
Yep.
Very easy to sneak people in at that time, especially if they have a whole bunch of people at the gate at the front protesting. Mm-hmm. It could be very easy for them to have people like, okay, now we go around the back, climb over the wall.
Right.
Right in the explosion's time, the explosion should be going off right about now, and then poof, and then they go in.
Yep.
Grab Aaron.
Well,
easy
and,
peasy.
and the crowd's already been at, the gates and everything for, however
it's
long.
Nile. Okay,
Nile. Okay,
Thank you. Yeah. Lady Kiyomi congratulated Zackley for their successful campaign against Marley. Every newspaper and parody printed about Parody's victory. Now imagine people asking, where's the MVP of this victory? Oh, we locked him up and are replacing him with someone convenient.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Good point.
Would be a bit inconvenient.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, what in the world is happening? God, the fear.
And then we just... Well, what's happening? Eren Yeager is happening.
Eren Yeager is happening. Guys...
Look at that shot. Look at that shot right there.
This is a cool
a very cool scene.
Uh-huh.
It is also extremely terrifying
Yes. I agree.
because we still don't know.
We just still
what
don't
his
know what's
goal
going on
is.
in his head. We don't
Yep.
know why he's doing this, what his end goal is. Like, yeah.
And this continues. This
Mm-hmm.
cool little sequence here continues. While everyone else is panicking and freaking out, he's walking up on a new day, a sunrise or a
Boy.
sunset or something.
And,
And,
Flock is there.
Of
with,
course, Flock is here.
Mhm.
Of course, it's him.
Yep.
Yeah. What's the name of the blonde girl that Mikasa saved?
I don't know.
Uh,
She has a name.
okay, gotcha.
You know, like-
gotcha.
I think it was mentioned last episode.
But here we go. Here are the Jaegerists.
Uh-huh.
It's gonna be the name that they'll call them. The way
Yep.
you said in the reaction, like you've been waiting so long.
Oh, yeah.
Is it kind
so,
of an
so long.
Eldian, Marleyan kind of situation?
Kind of, yeah,
Yeah.
because the okay,
Louise, thank you guys.
Louise, that's it. So before this point, right?
Yeah.
It's the okay, Aaron is different. Aaron is doing sketch stuff, but we can still trust him, right? And then this is where he almost like he's not
Throws that
singing.
all away.
He's not singing "Be Prepared," right?
No, but he literally is
like-
making a villain walk while his face is in shadows.
Yeah.
And the sky is like
And the sun highlights his muscles and everything, while his loyal
Flock.
yes
Someone else did it in chat. I just stole it.
yeah while his
loyal flock
his
waits for
loyal
him.
flock of traitors, right, are waiting for him.
I mean, the scouts were traitors in season 3, part 1.
Yes, that's true. I shall be the patriot and you the traitor when the emperor returns.
Yeah, now you be the bad guy this time.
Like, and now it's just like, okay. He didn't tell Armin and Mikasa about any of this. Probably would have been a bad idea regardless, but like, it's like,
Oh my
yeah,
god.
he
these
very much seems to
eyes.
be doing his own thing now.
These eyes. Does he look like a
Happy?
guy who's no emotions. This guy's
Oh, petty things.
yeah. Does this guy look like he knows what he's about to do? And
Oh,
he's
yeah.
resolved to do it?
Tatakai.
I think there's only been a couple times where Eren was so entirely resolved to do something and was not screaming
Yeah.
in the whole show.
Mm-hmm.
I almost want to go back and look for those specific moments because I think there's about 2 of them. I think there was one in season 1.
But
think.
definitely never like this.
And
like-
I think there was maybe one in season 3.
Yeah.
Definitely not in season 2. Aaron had very specific things he was doing in
Like
season 2.
there was literally that
And
point
then
where
there's
he's
a
like,
lot of, like,
I just have to control my emotions. Yeah, no, that's not
Yeah.
working.
Oh my god. Ugh. Yeah. Besides us here, we have allies hiding in the military. That makes sense. They would need some more than this.
Yep.
Including some who blew up Dallas Zachary. Yeah. The only one who can save the Eldian Empire is you, Eren Yeager.
Yay! This is gonna be great.
I cannot
Mm-hmm.
I cannot see where Phlox and Eren's visions align yet. Because Phlox makes sense.
Sure.
It's very simple.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I'm going to make the world a better place for Eldians by putting Eldians at the top again.
Right.
It's
The way it should be.
It's basic. I completely understand exactly
It's not
what
hard
he
to
wants.
grok.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not at all.
Yeah.
But Eren, is that your goal?
Yeah, because
Is that really your goal?
it
'Cause
might
that
be
doesn't
like I could maybe see it as being a method, but that wasn't ever your goal, right? It was
Right.
to be free.
right. So
So how does this jive with that?
So here's the question.
Mm-hmm.
When they were discussing using a partial rumbling to scare the rest of the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did Eren ever get any info regarding that being their plan?
I think so.
I think he would, right?
Yeah. Because
think he would.
when Yelena and the rest of them originally showed up, I think that was something that she mentioned. Is that like that's what Zeke's plan was? Like when it was said to everybody?
Right. He was
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So Aaron's plan is not to do something that puts Eldia necessarily on top. Because he rejected their plan by doing whatever this is. And this plan is essentially just a more probably like, not parody, but Eldians. Like, it's more of a race thing, you know?
Now it is possible that this could be a similar situation to the Willy situation, where it's I've been spending a lot of time thinking about this. They're keeping me here. There's a very good chance that they're wanting to just take the Founding Titan, so I'm going to escape, do this revolution or whatever, because they're starting to turn against me, and whatever happens with this group of people, we need to be unified, you know?
Right. Possibly.
But
Yeah. I just think
Yeah.
this is proof on the bare minimum that Aaron's plan is not Flock's plan.
probably not.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah. Okay. Then we have the coat scene. We got to show the coat scene.
Yep. And Mikasa, I'm sure, is very
Mikasa-
sad that she wasn't there to see it.
Just heartbroken.
Aaron will understand.
Aaron left her. Aaron left them.
Yep.
And he
Like-
went on ahead.
Like,
without you.
what is the thing
Again.
that she has always
Yep.
been saying is, oh, why does he keep leaving? Why does he keep getting taken away? Except this season, guess what, Mikasa? It's not that he gets taken away. He just straight up leaves and doesn't tell you and all of that. And you say, Aaron, please come home. But you know what? Who needs that?
You really feel for her here.
Mm-hmm.
And Armin. Also, a little clever little thing that they definitely were doing in the episode. If you note that a lot of these scenes after Aaron is free, you know,
Uh-huh.
the camera is shaking, trembling, rumbling, if you will.
Really?
Yeah, do you want to see it? Do you want to see it? So, not when Aaron is doing this, right? It's steady. But look at Mikasa.
Oh, yeah. Although, okay, no, they're in a carriage at that point.
Oh, they are in
No,
a
they're-
carriage.
yeah,
I'm a freaking dumbass.
They're in a carriage.
I'm so dumb. I was literally.
So yes,
okay,
there is a
it makes me feel like it a little
well,
bit.
and it could totally be done for thematic parallels, even if it's not the literal reason for it. Like even if there is an
course.
in-universe reason for it, it could be done with extra intent.
I'm so stupid. That was funny. I just wanted to say it because it's just showing it, and it's that little bit of trembling shows how scared they are.
Sure, that
But
too.
it's
yeah.
the simple reason is always the correct one, which is they're in a freaking carriage, man. Stop reading so much into it. I'm like, I'm sorry, yeah. Yeah. But okay. We get
The shot.
alright. I think this is the best frame of it. Yeah. Behold.
Mm-hmm. Look at those abs. Look at those abs. Yep.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Full hardening
The Atab Titan.
the Ab Titan. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, Mikasa thought his Titan was hot. I don't want to think about what would happen if she saw him like this.
Yeah, I think
No, did he? I don't think he had a 10-pack in the manga. No.
I mean some people like count some there's like little like ridges above or below sometimes the abs that are like, but that's a separation. It's like, no, that's the same ab. That's all one muscle here.
Oh no, he's hot. Yeah. Historia, been there, done that.
Holy
Oh
shit.
boy. Actually, that is a
And then this. Find out where Zeke's being kept. Now,
Yep.
this gives me hope a little bit.
because that means they don't know.
No.
Oh.
No.
that means that this group doesn't necessarily know yet.
Right.
There could be other groups that they need to make contact with who will give them the Zeke coordinates.
So something that I just thought about, and for the people that love the Historia, like Aaron is the dad of Historia's baby, theory. If the conversation with Yelena was 10 months ago, that could potentially overlap with Historia's baby being Aaron's if that caused him to start to think about things differently and whatnot. Because like we're getting closer and stuff to where
How long
I'm
has
at in
she
the
been
manga.
pregnant, though?
She is, I don't know. I think they were saying that it was about a month left or so, but that might just be
She has
assumptions
a
and
month left
stuff. until she's
she's probably expecting or due.
right.
Oh, then that actually.
Hence
puts it
why
to
they
be
were like,
very
okay, we might as
timed.
well not like not have someone eat Historia yet, because if we wait just a little bit longer, then we'll have someone else with royal blood. But
Yeah, because what I'm guessing is that in those 10 months, it took Aaron a while to figure out how to get across the sea without
right.
without people finding out.
Exactly. And even coming to the decision of, oh, okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, go over there and whatnot.
But there were
But,
people at the very least going to what was the Japanese nation? Hizuru?
The Hizuru, yeah. Yeah, Hizuru, and then the people they're working with are the Azumabito
Zeke.
clan within Hizuru.
Yeah, and then Zeke did go there.
Well, almost more importantly, Zeke made it so that
That
Willie...
alliance could happen.
Well, yeah, so that the alliance could happen, but he also made it so that Willie would actually, do the whole thing of getting the world together and, convincing them to...
Wait, what?
Like it was Zeke's whole thing of, oh, we need a spokesperson. The Tiber family are in town. If we can get them to put forth the idea of
Yeah, you're right.
like taking out parody, then
Okay.
which was the thing that caused Aaron to, while he was waiting for it, be like, okay, and then transform.
Yeah. Yet they called them the Jaegerists. They'll reform the military with Aaron on top. Yep. Hey, well, the military schemed to take the founder from Aaron all without telling us. So that's something that's.
And he's
bit of a
like,
problem.
hey,
And then Now's like, well, we knew what would happen if we had.
right?
We're
It's
not
like,
stupid here.
yeah.
In any case, many of the Jaegerists are from the Scouts. So how will you take responsibility for this? And
And I love how Hanji responds to it. She's like, well, I could resign, but resigning would actually be irresponsible right now because we're in a bit of a predicament. So, yeah.
So, don't assume anything about anyone.
Oh
It's
my
just
God.
gonna. It's just
There
gonna
could even
kill
be a
their-
suicide bomber standing in front of me. It's like,
bro. Yes, and lightning could strike. An earthquake could hit.
uh-huh.
Why do?
Wow, what do you know? In a tense situation, you have to give up on certainty.
Yeah, it's almost like
It's almost like being in the fucking military.
Yeah,
Like,
but also I have no problems nitpicking this specifically. But if you want to assume the worst about a situation, why didn't you fucking do that with Aaron?
uh-huh. Yeah.
Why
yeah.
are you doing it now?
Yeah. Right.
The
It's
the
complaining.
absolute gall
Yeah.
of someone to use that kind of logic when they could have used it before
Yep.
and realized that there was.
Maybe we're not doing things quite the way we should.
So Pixis shows up and like a badass
All
just
right,
says,
sit down.
All right, everyone, shut up. Listen to me.
I'm
in
sober
charge
for
here."
this shit.
Yeah. Not one drop of alcohol today. Pixis, totally sober. All right. And he just, Hanji, who knows where Zeke's being held? These are the people who know. All right. Awesome. Cool. Is the Queen's residence safe?
Right.
Yes. Okay. Only if you know the location, but I'll check it out. This is what Aaron will most likely do.
Right. He's probably going to make a beeline to one of the two of them.
Yep. And Pixis then says, okay, if I'm in charge, then let's surrender.
That is probably the best way out of this. Let's just know when to fold them.
I want so badly Pixis to be like, okay, next episode. You want to know why I think we should surrender?
so and so, get the notebook out.
Right. We need to make copies of this, make sure that everyone knows this information because
No, come on. Just pass along to them just this is what we're dealing with.
right.
Once the leaders know what they're dealing with, at the
Whatever
very
it
least-
is that Yelena told him, that
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Ugh. So, yeah. How much blood would it cost if we actually went into civil war right here?
Right. Even if we won, which we probably wouldn't,
Yep.
just because Eren exists,
Yep.
we would lose immediately after to
The
Marley
world.
and the world. So
Yeah.
we really can't afford to do this right now.
Yep. And then this is their immediate plan. We're not submitting. We'll use the location of Zeke to negotiate with the Jaegerists.
And it's like that's a good idea. That is leverage that they do have.
Yep. And hopefully the Warriors showing up causes a little bit of internal chaos to where things don't go immediately towards
Common
one side
enemy
or the
kind of a
other.
thing.
Right. Exactly. But I just love how quickly Pix just kind of arrests the silence in the room, in the air, and just goes, nope, I'm filling it. Here we go. It just reminds me of that moment in season 1 where he just... and he
Attention!
Attention! Yeah, just
Right.
gets everyone's attention. Yeah. So, we have a little bit with...
I'm ashamed you had to see that.
Yeah, Azumabito,
The Azumabito
clan leader. Yes. But she has that little like, oh, yeah, this is fine.
Mikasa, will you come along? No. Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
In case you change your mind, we'll stick around at the port.
I really want to have a moment though where Mikasa goes up on that flying thing that they've got.
Oh,
you
yeah?
know, and she just leaps out and
That.
has her like blades and
Yeah,
everything.
we could
Like,
use a bit more warrior goddess Mikasa.
I want
up
warrior
in this
goddess
jam.
Mikasa, where she's like, okay, things are bad. Mikasa, get on this ship flying boat thing with me.
Eren just
And-
killed Levi or something.
Yeah. Things are really bad.
Yeah.
I'll get you into the situation. Your family, after all.
We have packs of thunder spears that we're just gonna parachute drop out to you so you can resupply. Like,
I want at some point, just before this, like at least, hopefully this is part 1 of season 2, season 4, that we have a Mikasa War Goddess moment.
It really feels like that. Well, the bit in the Slap on Titan where they're like, what if we just took all the rifles and then the wood and the buildings and then made like a rotating gun wielding mech and then gave it to Mikasa? Like, wouldn't that be the best idea?
Right, because when Pixis says, please wait at the port until it's all over, the flying boat thing is at the port. So
Yep.
it's just like, wait near your plot device thing there that you
In
have.
case we need that Chekhov's
in case
vehicle.
we need Chekhov's vehicle, exactly. Which they're totally gonna use that. That is the most like when they even they had it covered and everything. I was just like, come on, I get it.
You might
They're
as well
gonna
put a
use it.
sign on it that says "Reveal."
Will
like
be used before the finale. You know? Like in a very important way. Like a very important way. That was funny.
Mikasa defeats the entire
Oh yeah,
nation's army alone.
I forgot. She says, "If anything happens, please escape to my ship."
Right.
Of course.
Yep.
Of course. Yeah.
Mikasa's like, no. I don't think you realize how effing strong I am.
Right.
None of you come close.
Can I actually ask a lore clarification question? Is she an Eldian though?
Yes. Well, okay, she's both. Her father is the
She's
actual.
half Eldian.
Her father is the Ackerman.
Right,
And
which
he's
would be an Eldian.
Right.
Yes.
And then
So-
her mother was
As Azumabito.
was from Hizuru. Yeah.
Okay. So she
yeah,
is
Azumabito
half
specifically.
Eldian.
Correct. Yeah.
So could she become a Titan?
It is one of life's greatest mysteries. Like would theoretically, especially if she got like the Colossal Titan or something, right? Like imagine the Colossal Titan, but all of a sudden it has like the episode 6 of season 1, like lightning in the brain, and then yeah.
Oh, thank you guys. Reiner is half Eldian. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank
Right.
you. Very
Right.
good, Isayama. Giving us that drip feed world building sprinkled around everywhere.
Because
to
if
let
it
us
was-
be aware
Right.
of what kind of things are possible in the story.
Right, because if it wasn't
Thank
a dominant
you.
gene,
Thank you.
then this whole situation would have been solved a long time
long time ago.
by just having every
Babies.
Eldian marry someone that was not an Eldian,
Well,
and then there
yeah,
you go.
But the whole idea of a pure, like, kind of bloodline in general is, like, after enough time,
Oh yeah, it just doesn't exist.
it just
Yeah.
doesn't exist anymore. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Dumb question, but I needed that to be clarified.
Mhm.
And Hizuru, yes, is in a bit of a pickle here because they did primarily come here for the resources.
I love how Mikasa standing next to her just helps reinforce again. Like, no, Mikasa big. Like, she tall.
Yeah, we haven't lost our pride in the clan that our mother or that your mother passed on to you. No matter what comes of the country, we wish to protect you. Now, this is something that I feel like is honest. This was probably one of the parts
yeah?
here where I was like, oh shoot. She's being like sincere here. Is that no matter what comes of the country, like we wish to protect you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, depending on what Eren and Zeke do, it might literally come down to that.
Sure, it could.
Like, it's just a thing of, no, you can't save your country. Like, what? Like,
But yes, the people in chat are reminding us of something that is good to bring up, is that the reason why the Ackermans were hunted down by people within the walls
because they
was
couldn't be
because they
controlled
couldn't
by
be
the Founding
controlled by
Titans'
the Founding
powers.
Titans.
Yes,
memories and
I'm
stuff.
aware
Yeah.
of that, but they still have to be Eldians.
Well, but that might be something that like affects things differently or whatever, right? Like if
But we don't ever have really like any reason to have a full like explanation as to why.
totally,
It's
yeah,
just an anomaly.
right. The Ackerman thing could very well be one of those things where at the end of the show it's like, no, it's never explained. It's just it was probably something along some lines of, you have a general idea, but it's never relevant enough or important enough to the plot for the characters to find out that they just don't. It doesn't go there.
Yeah, it's one of those things where
It's true. Kenny was pretty sure he could turn into one, so yeah, who knows? Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a thing where I would say at the most part they could be from another nation when King Fritz brought everyone over.
They?
Yeah, the Ackermans.
Oh, okay.
Because remember, the people that came over here weren't just Eldians. Mikasa is living proof of that. There was someone from Hizuru, the mom, at the very least, that came over here.
Yes.
And it was 100 years ago, so there were people that were born there that, then became Mikasa's parents, who then, had a daughter, or Mikasa's grandparents that then had a daughter that then...
Right, unless, I
Yeah.
can't remember, because I'm a bit, I don't have all the details clear on this. It might be something where Mikasa's mother actually went over there during the 100 years.
That doesn't make sense at all.
Because I remember
How?
them saying something of that that there was like there were the trade relations or whatever, the close connections with King Fritz or something like that, and when they were explaining like the Mikasa, you're actually like a princess basically or whatever,
Yeah,
something
all
from
it means
us.
is that she's got a direct line to the people that were in the royal side of things. But there's no way that anyone came to the island for that case, yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, as well as the merchant
Before they
noble
walled off.
families
Okay.
that couldn't be affected by memory wipe, also likely to be a different race.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably. One of the things that's just kind of taken in by just observation is that when King Fritz came over here to set up paradise, basically, it would be logical to assume that it was not just Eldians that came with him. But at the very least, we know that that's the case just because of Mikasa and the Ackermans.
sure, yeah,
So, regardless as to what they are as a
right.
race, it's not really important.
Yep,
Yeah.
and that's why it hasn't been answered exactly what
In
the Ackerman situation.
very
is.
certain terms. Yeah, exactly. Even though they've kind of already given us an answer.
Caleb the manga reader now.
I mean, I have watched this show so many times,
me
guys.
too, yeah.
I have watched this show way too many times. And I still forget things. Like, forgetting about the whole, like, Half-Blood situation with regards to Titans and then thus Reiner. So it's very easy to forget things even so.
Killer Jawa, if you have questions about the whole getting Discord thing, if you're a Twitch sub, you got to sync up your Twitch and Discord accounts, and then you'll get the auto invite.
And then you'll get the invite. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Connie realizing that
Mikasa's doubting.
Mikasa's doubting because they almost got caught up in the explosion.
Mm-hmm. And Connie's like, why?
Connie's like, wait, even you?
Well, and why do you think that would really matter necessarily to Eren, right? Like, he seemingly didn't care about Sasha, you know? So, we're dealing with a completely different person here.
Yep. Infighting will be our downfall. Good job, Hanji.
Yep.
We get Onyankopon in on this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, they took other precautions too. Yes, good logical thinking, Hanji. This is not all of their plan. We need to figure out Zeke's intentions before he makes fools out of us. Let's just hope my concerns turn out to be nothing. Now, this is where Hanji is not giving us everything that she's suspecting here, because Hanji is a big brain. Hanji, when she puts her noodle to work, like, there's no one that outthinks Hanji. Like,
Well,
like,
maybe Armin.
no, I think that if anything, Armin is still lacking in a bit of experience category, like just as far as things go. I mean, her senses are extra attuned. She's got half of her eyesight gone, so she's seeing with her mind's eye even more. You know?
Definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, this was the thing. This was the bit where she was like working for rights for Marleyans.
Mm-hmm.
And then she said, well, Yelena secured work for Marleyan prisoners in odd places. So, this is my final theory for the discussion.
Okay.
What I think is going on here is that Yelena set up stuff for Marleyans so that they could have good hiding places for Marleyans who are sympathizers to their cause.
Gotcha. Sure. That way they
So-
can have like cells in a bunch of different areas.
Exactly.
And things like that.
So some of the places that they would have chose are places that are, kind of just necessary, not placards, but just like places in the general culture of parody. So a restaurant, sure. No one's going to be like, oh, we need to investigate this restaurant for being seditious against the government.
Yep. And it's a nice nod to probably Niccolo and where Gabby and Falco are headed and things
so
like that.
what they basically said is all the characters, at the very least.
Don't look at chat for a sec.
Oh, okay. But a majority of the characters are all headed to the same place.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh boy, when that happens, we do be getting into some conflict. It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
Ooh, question from Centipede Senpai. Caleb, if it wasn't for the channel and doing the reactions, would you have read and caught up to the manga?
I don't know.
Yeah?
I really like anime more than manga.
Mm-hmm, you do. Yeah, and also without the channel, for the channel, we wouldn't, have read like One Piece or Berserk or things like that. So he would have had even less experience with manga.
Yep.
Because, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but was the only manga that you had any experience with, like, a bit of Bleach after it ended?
It was like 3 or 4 volumes of Bleach that I read spread across like 10 volumes. But it was mainly just because there's these really big panels in Bleach where they show like the forms, like the Bankais and stuff, and they're just really cool. They're really cool. But hey, it's your lucky day, kids. Y'all fixing to eat. Mm-hmm. Oh boy. And the fact
Gabby looks so happy to be here.
Yes. But even Falco looks a bit kind of stern and uptight. And here's
Jean with his other half.
Jean has never been more in tune with himself than he is right here.
Yep. It's like some Soul Eater like harmonization, like soul synchronization.
Synchronization, yeah. What?
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes. But all right, there's peak.
Mm-hmm.
We get a nice
Peak content right there.
Sneaky peek here. All right. And if she's here, then you know Reiner is like 70 feet away at most. And Porco is probably being told to calm down and be like, just wait, man. Wait. Wait. Last time
are
you rushed in,
undercover.
let Peak call the shots.
Do you remember
here.
what happened last time you rushed in? I got all my limbs ripped off and then was forced to bite through the crystal of one of the other Titan shifters. Exactly.
Yep.
So, we'll go in together. You take him from the left and I'll go in from the right. You know?
God, you guys with the Jean jokes. Oh my God. when
He's writing himself. Does that count as what? Masturbation?
Oh my God. I love Peak's design, but I think her usual bags under her eyes and stuff to show that she's weary. You know, she's been doing this for a
She's
while.
seen some shit.
Yeah, I think works really well here with her being like undercover and just being like, yeah, okay,
Just got my newspaper here.
yeah.
Although it is a bit immersion breaking because, I mean, how undercover can she really be with an ass like hers? You know, like
Sitting down.
Okay, that's
She's
true.
wearing
That
even,
is true.
I would assume, a bit baggier clothes.
She is
to,
sealing away her power. Yeah.
Yeah.
As best she can.
as best she can.
Yep.
But all right, next episode, y'all. Next episode is going to be bonkers.
I'm excited.
Next
I'm a
episode.
little bit excited.
Oh my God, I cannot wait.
Yeah.
I cannot wait.
It's something where I don't necessarily have the best like read on when things happen because I haven't been rereading the manga, you know?
Intentionally.
So I'll like remember highlights and things like that. And then I'll see things where it's like, ooh, we're getting up to that part. But I don't actually know how close we're getting to that part. And then also because it's an adaptation, they won't necessarily adapt things one for one linearly from the manga, right?
That makes sense,
Because
yeah.
chapters can skip around a lot easier than an anime episode, right?
Yeah,
If
like
you want
when
an
people. Oh, sorry.
Well, like with things like Gabby and Falco and that whole bit with running into Kaya and stuff. Can't remember how that was formatted in the manga,
okay.
but it's like you very much want that to be a set episode in the anime, right?
Yeah, people told me on Discord that the conversation between Magath and Willie actually happened before the declaration of war big moment. But
Yes,
what
yes.
we had was it was like the very next scene after the declaration of war cliffhanger
Right.
was them talking in the carriage about there's an attack that's potentially coming, and it makes sense because they wanted to keep the tension high about what was going to
Exactly.
happen in episode 5.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah, Mappa swaps things around a few times. It was the same with her with the peak crawl. Yeah.
95% confirmed to have part 2. Source me. Okay.
I'm
Sure,
very
Jan.
excited for
I hope
for
so
part
too.
2. I'm
I hope so.
with
but we
where
have,
it's at right now.
we have no evidence to support it yet, other than the fact that that's how they did season.
Because
3.
what chapters did this cover?
I don't.
No,
Are you
I'm
asking me?
asking chat because I know there are chapters in my mind where I'm like, okay, this is where I originally would have thought that the part 1 would end on, or things like that, but now I'm not sure with the pace that it's taking.
I was surprised by the explosion in this episode, and I read the manga. Gotta love my bad memory.
110, 111. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. So and then for context, Caleb, it's going to be 140, 139 chapters
Wow.
total. So.
Oh.
So the odds of having that like full maybe 16 episode like second part or second half or whatever, I feel
Decent.
like that's decent.
Yeah,
Even if it was just like a one cour, like one full cour, still be awesome.
Oh man.
Rec
Rec
stuff,
stuff.
100 bits. Jacob, I know you have a slight appreciation for armor. I created fan art of Gabby if she were to inherit the Armored Titan. Is there somewhere I could send that fan art to you and get your opinion on it? I don't have your Discord. That's a good question.
You could tag us on Twitter.
Yeah, there you go. Tag us on Twitter.
Yeah.
Part 1 will end on 116. Is that confirmed? Because there's 116 seems. I mean, I guess they have been doing like a chapter and a half. So like recently, that almost seems like too soon because there's 4 episodes left. Like
And that would be 1.25 chapters per episode.
basically. Yeah.
5 divided by 4. So.
Yeah. It's confirmed.
What's confirmed?
Oh, the chapter that it's ending on, that it's 116, based on chapter titles. Huh, interesting.
Oh.
I'll have to
interesting.
check back up on what.
Oh,
Chapter
they know
116
the
is.
titles of the remaining 4 episodes.
Oh, and that is also, yeah, it's also rather fitting. Chapter 116, episode 16, you know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
But 23 chapters. You can't make a movie out of 23 chapters.
No, you definitely cannot.
I don't even think you
not
could
not
do-
Attack on Titan chapters either, because they're
I
like
don't-
twice the
I
length
don't
of
think you could
regular
even do
chapters.
2 movies out of that. So they're
No.
definitely doing a part 2.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see that, because, oh boy.
Oh, confirmed
boy.
by leakers, some reliable leakers out there. Ah, I see.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is it's a good sign, y'all. I really like the slow burn aspect of this arc. There's a couple things that they did to kind of get us uneasy about Aaron's decisions here.
Yes.
And for those of you that want a little bit of my kind of perspective on the whole, Jaegerist or not kind of situation, how many of you have seen Code Geass?
Oh, uh-huh.
How many of you have seen Code Geass?
Yeah, because there's similarities to it, aren't there? Like it's
So far,
there's that
could
part
be.
where
It
it's like,
depends.
hold on,
It depends.
hold on.
Not that many. There's just a couple things that I could see them doing here, and that is that the what was it? The Zero Requiem.
Yeah, is Aaron pulling some kind of Lelouch?
Is Aaron pulling a Zero Requiem Lelouch here? Right. And I would say
And
there
we
is
won't
a
say what that is, because it's excellent, and
yeah. If you haven't seen Code Geass,
it has one of the best endings in anime, maybe. Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. Yeah.
there's a vibe that this is giving me that Aaron is going to pull a Zero Requiem
esque kind of thing.
of sorts. But I think it's going to be more Evangelion style than
Right, because
than the Code Geass.
because we don't know how Aaron got to this place, right? Where he's at right now, the kind of person that he is. And it
I
feels
want that flashback,
disjointed,
man.
right?
Come on.
So it's the longer it goes on and the more things that Aaron does, it makes it so that there's more banking on us eventually getting that perspective, or that it's something where this isn't necessarily genuine on behalf of Aaron.
Yeah. So my whole thing with the Jaegerists specifically is that I can't separate my meta-analysis from how I'm perceiving the character right now. 'Cause the main thing that I know is what I don't know. I don't know what Aaron wants here. I know what a lot of the people surrounding him want. We know at the very least a little bit of what Zeke wants. But what Aaron wants, I don't really know. There's ways in which he could be using the Jaegerists.
Sure.
It's like, you're a very easy means to an end to get me next to Zeke. Thank you. I could not care less about your Eldian Empire, whoopity wabada.
Possible.
Yeah. But at the very least, he wants to find Zeke. Which means not only does he want to, connect with Zeke, he wants to use the Founding Titan's power. He wants to use it with Zeke. If he uses the Founding Titan's power with Zeke, we will need to know what that means.
Right.
Because there's a couple aspects of the Founding Titan's power that need to be kind of brought up. 1, memory-related stuff. 2, paths-related stuff. 3, the rumbling.
Right. Yeah.
All 3 of those things could lead to very different endings. I could very, very easily see this whole thing boiling down to Aaron being like, I'm going to make an impenetrable fortress, and me and Zeke are going to talk. Fuck all of y'all in the world. Doesn't matter. We're going to make this happen here. And we're going to chat. And we're going to have a bit of a brother-to-brother, heart-to-heart.
In this single solitary nut.
Oh, man.
This nut is for my brother and my brother alone.
I'm more memeing a little bit with the whole, actual theory regarding that. But I really want a lot of this story to come down to a conversation more so than some grand demonstration of power or a massive Titan battle. Because while a lot of those things are quintessential to what has made Attack on Titans bombastic, very exciting and stuff, I feel like that's all just prelude kind of stuff.
Yeah, like even before I broke down and read the manga, like we would say to each other that like we wanted Attack on Titan to end in a conversation, like in a really good conversation,
ever since season
deep, trippy,
1.
heavy, like and all that. But yeah.
So,
Oh
have to
boy.
wait and see.
Oh boy.
But see you next week, y'all. We do these every week as long as season 4 keeps giving us more episodes, and hopefully we get a part 2, and we don't have to wait too long for it. But yeah,
we do streams throughout the week. There are other things though. Every weekday, 3 p.m. Pacific time for all of them.
Yep.
Mondays are this. Tuesdays, One Piece dramatic manga readings with crazy voices and stuff. It's ridiculous and a ton of fun. Wednesdays and Fridays, Caleb, you've been playing Thronebreaker.
Yeah, I've been playing a Witcher kind of spin-off story with a little bit of a visual novel aspect to it, but it's basically like a Gwent single-player game with an isometric RPG aspect. It's really fun.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Thursdays, I'm gaming, and I've been playing. Just started last week, Nier Automata, and it is excellent. It's amazing, just like 2B's ass. But yeah, I'm excited to play it again.
Yeah, so check all that stuff out. Check all the commands in chat. If you want to check out the VOD channel, if you want to check out YouTube, if you want to check out the Discord, if you're a new subscriber. But yeah, take care, and we'll see you in the next one. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
Next time.
All right.
So, Aaron and Zeke cosplay Caleb, since we are brothers after all.
Oh, that's true.
And one of us does have a beard.
So...
I mean, you're the older one, so, you're you're Zeke and I'm Aaron.
But I guess I look younger. Because of the beard,
Right, so yeah, no.
But you would have to bleach your hair, man.
Yeah, no.
No.
And I can't do a Dio voice. I can try,
We
but
already peaked at the
can't.
idea of us having a Bertolt Reiner cosplay.
That is the one that I think would fit
And
a
you
lot
would
better.
love being Reiner.
Yeah, I just need to work on that chiseled jawline and stuff, and the crippling self-loathing.
What?
Yeah.
You can't just channel that up on an afternoon?
I can try.
Yeah?
I can try.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely do that a bit for some of my D&D characters.
Totally.
Ooh, 2B or Peak? Which ass is superior? 2B.
No,
Sorry, I'm sorry.